And welcome back to Very Biased Opinions. We're here to do the Champions League quarter-final second leg predictions. 4 games to talk about. Let's dive in and go into game number 1, which is Real Madrid versus Chelsea. It is 3-1 to Real Madrid after the first leg. A great, brilliant, amazing, fantastic 3-1 win at the Bridge. Something I got completely wrong. I thought Chelsea would have a narrow win going into this one, but Chelsea got absolutely done by Karim Benzema. A superb hat-trick, 2 superb headers and a bit of a gift for the third goal as well. Probably a bit surprising that there wasn't more goals in this one. Chelsea certainly had their chances, a bit wasteful, and also came up against Thibaut Courtois, who is in amazing form, was in amazing form against Paris Saint-Germain and carried that forward, and boy did he enjoy that against his old club. But the star of the show without a doubt was Benzema. To get one hat-trick in the Champions League is pretty special, but to get it in back-to-back games, 2 hat-tricks in a row, is nothing short of unreal from this guy who was so much of an afterthought in this Real Madrid side during the days of Ronaldo. He's certainly coming into his own, and this is his peak time. And I think a lot of Real Madrid fans will start to think that their name is on the trophy, but is this game over? I'm not 100% sure. Look, Chelsea got it back to 2-1 with a nice header from Havertz, and Tuchel would have been saying, look, come on, let's go for it in the second half. No stupid mistakes. Let's try and get an equaliser, but if anything else, let's just make sure Real Madrid do not score any more goals. Aye. Mendy, Rudiger, what are you doing? Within seconds of the restart, they gifted Benzema that third goal. And it does seem like a mountain to climb for the Blues, but they roared back into form at the weekend when they stuffed Southampton 6-0. It looked like it was going to be even more at one stage. So they've proven that they're not on the beach. And I would say that a lot of people will look at this and go, if Chelsea can get an early goal. But I disagree. They don't need to chase this one gung-ho out of the gates. 2 goals, yes, they do need to find 2 goals and stop Real Madrid from scoring. But we know this Chelsea side can be pretty decent at the back. And what is weird is I looked at that Real Madrid midfield of Casemiro, Kroos and Modric. Quite an ageing midfield, and you would think Chelsea would have a lot of joy against those 3, but it's not proving to be the case. Those 3 are really defying their age, really, and really kind of putting in some amazing performances, really almost being like box-to-box midfielders at times, which is you wouldn't have expected to see. But I'm sure Chelsea will still fancy their chances of... I don't know, it's difficult to say fancy their chances. I think Chelsea will be... They'll feel like they're still in the tie, for sure. And they don't need to chase it gung-ho from the start. If they can keep the game tight, and if they can get 1 goal back at any stage, Real Madrid will start to become very nervy. You start to get into that stage of trying to protect what you have rather than going out to play the game. So that is what Chelsea have got to do. They've got to hope Lukaku finds some form. I don't even know if they're really going to start with him, or whether they're just going to keep Havertz up front. Difficult. It does dynamically change the way they play. At some point they might just keep him on the bench, and they might have to bring him in at some point in this one, but not over by any means. But it's difficult to see Chelsea being able to do the job at the Bernabéu. If anything else, difficult to see them stopping Real Madrid scoring a goal. So I do think that this one, I'm going to go for a draw overall, which puts the Spaniards through and puts Chelsea out, but I think this one will end 1-1, which puts Real Madrid through 4-2 on aggregate. Bayern Munich versus Villarreal is next one up, and another shock on the cards. I thought Villarreal would get something out of the Bayern Munich first leg being at home, but I put them down for a draw, but they exceeded those expectations of mine and went and got a 1-0 lead, taking it back to Munich. And when you watch the game back, you'd be thinking Villarreal will be delighted with that win, but they'll also be thinking, We should have been 2 or 3 up. We could have even taken at least a 2-goal lead into this one to give ourselves more of a cushion. It was Danjuma who got the early goal in this one, but there were goals ruled out for VAR. Villarreal hit the post. They missed a good chance at the end as well. And all in all, it was a very sluggish, off-the-boil display from Bayern Munich. Cannot deny Villarreal this magical night that they had at the El Madrigal. Just wonderful scenes at the end with all the yellow flag. You know I'm a sucker for any team that plays in yellow waving at the end. But turning to this one in Munich, you have to still put Bayern Munich as favourites in the tie here. The way they demolished Salzburg, and you kind of think that are they going to be that poor 2 games in a row? It's really weird with Nagelsmann in those 2 games in the Champions League. They seem to just go in these away games. They seem to just dissolve into kind of you have a go, we have a go games, which are very entertaining but very unlike Bayern. You're usually very controlling in their games, which hasn't been the case. But it's difficult to think that will be the case this time out. You would imagine that Bayern Munich will be largely dominant in this game. But Villarreal are a tough nugget to crack. They won't be overawed, and Bayern Munich will have to work damn hard to beat them. I think that Alphonso Davies coming back into this Bayern Munich side makes a big difference. He's such a quick, attacking, dynamic fullback. Helps them going forward, but he also helps them playing that high line at the back as well, because he just comes around and covers seemingly everything. So I think him coming back in does make a difference to Bayern and makes them a lot stronger. And we didn't really see the likes of Lewandowski too much in that game, and you know what he's like with his goal scoring record. I mean, just our Salzburg. So I think this one could go all the way to extra time. I'm going to put down Bayern Munich to win the game 2-1 in 90 minutes, meaning 2-2 on aggregate, and then I think Bayern Munich will get a goal in extra time to win the game 3-1 and go through 3-2 on aggregate. There you go, very confusing, but Bayern Munich to make it through for me in this one. Liverpool versus Benfica, probably the most cut and dry fixture and tie out of the 4 games. Liverpool won 3-1 away in Benfica, a very good dominant performance from the Reds. They had a little bit of a dodgy patch in there when Benfica got it back to 2-1, but they came through and got that 3rd goal in the end and looked very, very comfortable. You would say, if not 1 foot, a foot and a half already in the semi-finals. Header from a corner from Konate, Mane with a very well worked 2nd goal, and then Diaz with a goal just before the end on the break for Liverpool, and they really were just a cut above Benfica, and I hate to say it, but you get the feeling Benfica was almost like a bit of a happy to be there situation, but you all also felt that they had to be in the tie at the end of the first leg, and I'm not too sure that they are. They're not really going to be able to control Liverpool too much in the 2nd leg. They were really put on the back foot, and their goalkeeper Vlacho Dimos made some wonderful saves. He really kept them in it. It could have been even more. But you can't see anything other than quite a dominant win for Liverpool at Anfield here. You know what it's like, Anfield under lights. And although Inter Milan did throw a spanner in the works last time out, I mean, Liverpool could even do the same again, couldn't they? They could lose 1-0 and it's not even really too much of a problem for them. But I think the Reds will get the job done. I think there will be a comfortable evening, there we go, for Liverpool, and I'm putting Liverpool down for a 2-0 win, and I think all in all that gives Liverpool a 5-1, very dominating win in the tie, and puts them into the semis. And the final game is Atletico Madrid versus Manchester City. It's 1-0 to the Sky Blues after the first leg in one of the strangest games of football you could ever wish to see. This was Manchester City basically playing an attack against defence exercise from the training ground for 90 minutes, and I don't really understand why Diego Simeone did that. I mean, I guess he did it because he knew if he's open against City, they could carve them open and the tie could be over. And I know he's thinking take a slender, narrow defeat back to Madrid for the 2nd leg, and you know what Atleti are like, they can do. But it's so weird. It's so weird why you wouldn't attack at all in a game, and why you would basically be 5-5-0 in your formation. It was so odd. Imagine, I don't know if he got any criticism for this in the Spanish media. If he did, let me know in the comments below. But imagine an English manager, imagine an English team going and doing that. Imagine, let's say, Manchester United went and played away against Bayern, or went and played away against PSG, and they just lined up with 5-5, defended for 90 minutes, didn't have a shot on goal, didn't have a shot in the game. Imagine the criticism they would have taken. And Simeone seemingly gets away with this because he's like, you know, they're passionate and they're disciplined and they're organised, but it's crap. That's crap. You can't do that. And I really hope City do go there and win them. They had to be patient, and City should have won by more. They missed a host of chances. In the end, it was Kevin De Bruyne, Kevin De Bruyne is just immense. Phil Foden with a great assist in that one as well. And you hope that this game will be very much the same, with City on the front foot, dominating the game and putting Atletico Madrid to the sword, because Atletico don't deserve to go through after that first leg, and I hope they don't go through after that first leg. But at some point, they're going to have to open up and they're going to have to come out and play, and you think that that would even help City even more. So baffling tactics from Atletico Madrid in that one, and I'm hoping that Man City will just comfortably get through here and nothing special, and I think that they will, and I think that it will end up being Atletico Madrid 0, Manchester City 2, putting the Sky Blues through 3-0 overall on aggregate. So there are my thoughts on the Champions League quarter-final second legs. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Probably speaking a load of absolute waffle like normal, but please, if you like the video, hit like. That helps me out so much, and think about subscribing to the channel as well. I'll be back very soon with more videos. We've got FA Cup semi-final predictions coming up. We've got the miserable end to Oxford United season to review, and also we'll be back with more Champions League and Premier League predictions very soon. Thanks for watching. See you around.